Hello everyone, welcome to the Giant. So, my first attempt at this retrospective, we'll start with the Giant and work our way through what I can on Black Ops 3, and it's basically going to end up being me just replaying a bunch of maps and trying not to die. Because my memory is terrible, and I am terrible at BO3, so there's that. So, what do we start with? The fact that for some people this may not be a bit of a shock, but the Giant is not an original map. It's a reimagining, I guess, of Derice from World at War. For those who weren't around back then, Derice was the third DLC in World at War. Was supposed to be the fourth was supposed to be Kingdom of Shetland, but they moved that back, and I died on that one already. Look at that! Yeah, I'm a high-level gamer right here. Kino was supposed to originally be on World at War, but they moved it to BO1, so there's that. As far as Derice goes, it's the first map to introduce Pack-a-Punch, monkey bombs, teleporters, so it set the standard for what a BO1 map would be. Excuse me. So where does that leave the Giant? The Giant is a reimagining of that map, basically same exact layout. The only additions or changes were the flytrap Easter egg now results in getting the Annihilator special weapon pistol, which is not that great. You can throw the monkeys into the teleporters and get a fifth perk, or well, I think sixth, technically. And of course the BO3 guns, Wonder Waff, stuff like that. And Gobblegums. We'll get the Gobblegums. Excuse me. I have to block the cutscene. Hopefully it doesn't get copyrighted. Hopefully the mic is coming out fine, but copyright claim is great. So the Giant in general was crazy for the zombies community because Shadows come out on disc with BO3 with the Gobblegum changes, the slide mechanics, and just Shadows in general. People immediately upon release were, from what I remember, people didn't really like Shadows all that much. The love for Shadows came with time and patience, and people seeing the true beauty of Shadows. And the Giant was there to be the simple to understand map, the easy to play map. This is standard zombies, right? Now, excuse me. Now, hold on. I am so sorry. For the Giant, it was pretty simple because it's just Derice again, right? For those of us who grew up with Derice on World at War or BO1, we already knew it. And for newcomers to BO3, the Giant was not very complicated. You link 3 teleporters, you get your pack done, sit on the catwalk, right? Pretty simple. And the layout's pretty straightforward. You can train, you can camp, you can do a couple different things on the Giant. You have the Wonder Waff, you have Chemical Antithesis Gobblegums. As far as reimaginings go of a map, Derice is how you should do it, honestly. Like Blood, they added stuff for the sake of adding it. It didn't really do much to the mob flow. So like Mob was a better version of Blood. Classified actually worked out really well as far as a 5 reimagining. But I still think the Giant did it the best. Like if you were not to change anything or keep that close to the original as possible. Classified changed stuff for the sake of making 5 a better map, and Classified's a better 5. I don't care what you say, that's just my opinion. Look at this, 3 or 4 to the chest, a knife. I'm just doing one right there. Now, in BO3, we had the traditional point system of a bullet or any damage was 10 points. The kill was 60, 100 for a headshot, 100 for a knife. So then you had actual point depth, which Cold War and BO4 do not have. I'm trying to remember all the stuff off the top of my head. Now, from what I remember, a fair amount, not everybody, but a fair amount of people preferred Giant over Shadows at launch, just because a lot of the community, from what I remember, again, I'm going off memories of like a 6 or 7 year old thing at this point. Not a lot of people went for Shadows because of the complexity, and not many people were used to it by then. And the Giant was just simple, pick up and play, just kill zombies, like nothing too fancy, right? So, don't have enough for the shotgun.
I wonder, is this need for payment something from Max's subconscious? Or mine?
Okay. Don't have for now.
Life is a series of obstacles.
Excuse me. I don't have enough for it. I hate being sick. Really sucks. Now, Now, aside from the background of the map and the layout and mechanics, what do I think of it, right? What do I think of it as a blind person trying to play Giant now in we're in 2022, right? Yeah, we are. And the thing I'll say is this, the BO3 sound engine has not aged well, right? You can still hear directions, you can still hear distance, but it is a little trickier to navigate. Like, it's a trickier endeavor than Cold War BO4.
I do not do this for money. I do it for other reasons. Good.
I was about to say where the RK5 come from, but I bought the damn thing. Anyway, so the sound engine didn't age that well, but what are the positives of the map? It is simple. Like, if you know Derice at all, you know the Giant. It is really easy to jump into it, and I have enough for boxy, me. Oh, Dingo versus Pole Boys, let's go. Anyway, if you know Derice, you're good. And the sound isn't as bad as I'm making it seem to be. Like, you can still play this just fine, you can still run it. Like, I was teaching a sighted person around the Giant the other day. My aim is horrible. Guys, my aim is horrible.
I have seen this before. I will see it.
I mean, I'll take a haymaker and a dingo, goddamn. Anyway. Sorry, I'm like getting distracted 'cause I'm trying to play, and because I'm too lazy to, record over theater gameplay, right? So, short version of this map. Simple. You can jump into it and play. You don't need to know anything fancy. You don't need any guides. The downside, I can't really think of a major downside as far as like playing it blind, right? I would recommend the Giant to any blind person, and then to the Chronicles extension by Chronicles, because Chronicles has a better sound engine than base BO3. However, the thing I'll say is this: if you're so used to Cold War and BO4 and how they do it, I would advise practicing on hardcore difficulty BO4, because that is what BO3 is. BO3 is hardcore. Like, this game is not Cold War or Black Ops 4. And there you go, that's great. But yeah, no, that's the funny thing is that the difficulty modes in BO4, actually, hardcore is the same health as BO3, so that's the most similar you're gonna get. As far as like health, the I don't know, BO3 is this weird thing where it's both harder and easier than Cold War and BO4, simply because it's harder because you have less health, it's easier to go down, you don't have a whole bunch of safety nets, but it's also easier because the ammo types in this game are overpowered as all hell, but that also makes it more fun because Deadwire is crazy, Blast Furnace is crazy, everything's just crazier, over the top, your Gobblegums are overpowered, but that kind of makes it more fun, right? Because as much as I prefer Cold War, and I love the mechanics, mechanically Cold War is probably the best we're going to get for zombies. I can't sit here and say BO3 is bad. I would, out of the three, I would probably play Cold War. If I could do stuff in Cold War zombies round base, I'd play that more. But I can do more in BO3, even though it's older and maps and stuff, than Cold War, because Cold War, you can't make crawlers, you can't actually hold a zombie all that easily. I mean, you can, but it's not very convenient for a blind person. The BO3 system, you can make crawlers by around 3 or 4 with a basic grenade, and it's just simpler. Like BO3 is, for all intents and purposes, the Giant is the new to zombies player's best friend. It is great for getting your bearings to zombies. It is great for I'd recommend the Giant for anybody who is interested in BO3 zombies, period, blind or not, because it is a great starting point. And for higher level players, you can actually do some fun stuff because you can actually train to use the traps and you can do some creative stuff. The only downside to it is that it is pretty simple. So once you learn it, it's like, okay, cool, it's great. But that's the replayability of it. Like, it's as simple to jump in. It's almost like the Nocturne Toten system. Like, it's simple, but you can just jump in, right? You don't need any commitments or guides or tech or data or nothing. You just jump in, you load up some Giant, get your gobblegums going, you're done. Get the power, get the teleporters, you're done, you're good to go. The only tricky part is if you're blind, you can't tell what perks are where unless you're playing with a friend, or you have the patience to sit there and wait for the timer to go off, for the perk jingles to go off, so you can actually hear them and hear the jingle. Okay, here's Quick Revive, here's Speed Color, blah, 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 blah. Now, I don't have that patience, so I don't care. I just buy whatever I buy. If I grab Move Kick on accident, then I go down, and then remember, for future reference, okay, that's there. Great. Cool. Sorry. I really can't think of much else to comment on with the Giant. Like, it's not the most complex map. The community reception, from what I remember, from what I see currently, is the Giant is the best version of Darius from what I've seen, and I tend to agree with that one. For reference, the reason why I keep moving the menu around is so the zombies don't distracted. I'm getting distracted because of the fireworks outside. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Or Independence Day, whatever. But I don't know, the community reception seems to be, this is the best version of Darius, and this map is still really good. Great for beginners, great for high level. I don't know, like, the Giant to me is like the epitome of zombies, like, just jump in and play, right? Like, as much as I love Blundell maps and Origins and Mob and the Rise and Drac and Gorod and BO3 is pretty much all Blundell. But as much as I love Blundell maps, it is pretty refreshing just to jump back in and just jump in and just play something, right? Just quickly draw the power, get the teleporters, boom, you're set up and good to go. Now, let's see how long you can hold out on the catwalk, right? Dude, surviving on the catwalk is probably some of the best memories I've had in zombies. Because you just sit on that catwalk and you hope to God you get a max ammo, or one of your buddies got alchemical I can't say the stupid words. You hope your buddy's got that gobble gum and you're good to go, right? Oh, you hope someone gets someone to up. Oh, you hope someone, you know what I mean? Like BL3 had a lot of fun to it. You're like, oh man, I'm hitting the gobble gum. Please give me what I want. Please give me what I want. Come on, man. Or it's like you're down to your last mag. Okay, I need a maxi. Somebody pop a cashback. Boom. Like, I don't know, dude. I'm BL3. Oh man, I miss BL3 so much. Sorry. I don't know, man. It's got the catwalk. It's got the iconic. It's the Wonder Waff. It's the throwing the monkey in the furnace. Darius and the Giant by extension is just iconic. It is like a classic. In my opinion, it's like maybe top 10. I don't know if I'd put it top 5, but I'd put it in top 10 for damn sure. So if you guys like this kind of terrible retrospective, I guess, from a blind dude talking about the Giant on BO3, feel free to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And seriously, if you do, don't forget to do any of that because that helps push the video out to recommended people. And there you go. Great. More popularity, more attraction. Yay, me. Clickbait, yay, great. The next video, I will, I guess I'll try Rise and Direct. I want to do Shadows, but I am physically unable to do anything in Shadows, so, because of Beast Mode. Beast Mode alters your sound to the point where it's hard as hell to actually play it, so unless I was able to, get in a game with somebody, actually, like, play Shadows with a friend, and get into theater mode and record my commentary over the theater mode gameplay footage, which will probably just be dying over and over, we could probably do that, I suppose. So, if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me over on Twitch and Twitter and other socials. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of the retrospective, or like how I discussed it. I really probably should categorize and like at least outline what I want to say beforehand, because right now I'm just rambling about random nothingness. So I feel like I repeated myself way too much in this video, but you know, it's my first retrospective discussion type zombies video in a while, right? Talking about just a map, right? So, if you guys enjoyed, I'm not going to repeat myself again because I sound like a broken record. But thanks again for watching. Thanks again for sticking around. I'll see you guys next time.